Hello and welcome everybody to day 2 of the Pilates for Backs 5-day challenge. So thank you so much for taking part in this and I hope you're ready to go. So if you don't have a Pilates mat, which is the thicker mat, you can have a yoga mat, you can use that, not as thick. If you've got any knee issues, I'd recommend using a cushion underneath your knees if you don't have a mat, or use a carpet. Okie dokie, let's come round onto all fours, spread the hands wide and knees are hip distance apart, taking the weight over the wrist if the wrist feels happy with that, otherwise making fist. Spread the hands wide. Wonderful, so from here into our knee lifts, tuck your toes, spread the hands wide, lift the knees off the floor. Keep the crown of the head an extension of the spine, the chin doesn't drop down or lift up. When you've had enough, just lowering the knees back down. If you feel you can do a little more challenge, bring the hands further forward and then lift the knees off. Otherwise, stay as you are, hands directly underneath the shoulders and lifting the knees. When you've had enough, releasing. If your toes ache at all, you can have your toes facing down. It makes it more challenging as well. And if you want to, if the wrists are hurting, you don't want to make fists, you can drop down to the forearms. So you're lifting and then releasing. Lifting and releasing. If you are down on your forearms, it's a bit better to have your toes untucked. So then just you're a little bit lower, so the alignment's a little better there. When you've had enough, taking a moment, sinking down into child's pose and taking a breath in and a breath out. Making your way down onto the front of the body, allowing the feet to be hip distance apart and allowing the forehead to drop down onto the right arm. Left arm reaches behind just alongside by the leg. From here, press down into the supporting arm, draw the stomach in, rise up the head, neck and chest and releasing back down. So make sure the back doesn't pinch here. If it does, bring your legs wider or pop a cushion underneath the stomach. If all feels well, lift the arm up and release back down. So you're lifting, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears, reaching the arm away and releasing. Lifting and lengthening and releasing. So this opens up through the chest, mobilizes through the spine. Giving a nice stretch through the front of the chest, opening up the back. And last one. And releasing. So it's not very often in daily movements we tend to have our back lifted and open, tend to be rounded, so we want to counteract that. So left arm resting down, forehead on the hand. So either just lift the head and lower, or arm lifts, head lifts and lower. So if you need to, just come with a wider gap between both feet. If the back pinches, or don't lift up so high, or pop a cushion underneath the stomach. If it still doesn't work with lifting up, I should just lift your arm instead. So keep the forehead down, lift the arm. You're lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. And lifting and lowering. Release the arms. So now both arms are crossed over and just allowing the forehead to rest on the arms. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Deep breath in and away. Good. From here, rolling onto the back of the body and extending the arms up to the sky, forming a diamond, thumb, forefinger together, reach the arms up, and then bend the elbows as the arms drop over the top of the head toward the floor, reaching up And then bending, so your feet are hip distance apart, reaching up and bending at the elbows. Draw those elbows down toward the floor, reaching up and bending. And once more reaching up and bending. And taking the arms out into a T position, so straight arm, shoulder height, and then bend at the elbows. Taking the feet wide to the corner edges of your mat, and then allowing the knees to drop to the left and the gaze to the right. Coming back to centre, knees to the right and gaze to the left. Coming from side to side, knees to the left, gaze to the right. This helps to stretch out gently through the back and releasing. So if that was enough, stick with that. If you want more, feet together, knees to the left and gaze to the right. Breathing up and down the spine, directing the breath to any areas which feel restricted or tight. Coming back to centre, knees to the right, gaze to the left. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So if any time you need to ease off before I instruct, always listen to your body, going at your own pace. Draw the stomach in and slowly, with control, back to centre. Release the arms, left foot on the floor, right knee in toward the chest, and then extend the leg up to the sky. So your leg might be further away. It depends on how your tight or loose your hamstrings are. If you feel uncomfortable because the leg's further away, you can either pop a cushion underneath the lower back or bend the elbows and take in the hands to the lower back. So then you've got more manoeuvrability to lift the leg a little higher. But of course it doesn't matter where it is, as long as you're feeling a stretch for you, breathing into the back of the leg. So from here, we're just going to lower the leg slightly and then draw the leg back up. So it's more about lengthening, stretching out the back of the leg. But we're just allowing that movement to happen. Just beginning to ease into the posture. Now, if you do have a strap, Pilates strap or any type of strap, a long sock, you can wrap that around your foot. So then you've got an extension of your arms coming up and down. And then from there, see if you can reach behind the back of the leg. If you can, and you do have a strap, you can even use a dressing gown cable thing or a tie around the foot to just draw you a little closer. Or if the hands reach behind the back of the leg, you can take that there. Then from here, draw your toes. So I've got my right foot up in the air. Draw the toes to the left slightly. That should create more of a stretch down this part of the leg. And then releasing, pointing and flexing through the foot. And flex through the foot. See if you can bring the leg a little closer. Knee in toward the chest. Releasing back down. Left side, left knee in toward the chest, left leg up to the sky. So remember, you can pop your hands underneath if you want to. You can have a cushion underneath there. Breathing. From there, extend the leg slightly away and then rising the leg back up. Extend the leg slightly away and rising the leg back up. So we're just warming up through the muscle before holding it. Good. And then when you're ready, you take the hands behind. Don't strain. So rather than bent knee like this, you're not really stretching the hamstrings there. Rather just have your hands down and the leg up and toes drawn back. From here, left toe up. I'm going to draw my left toe to the right slightly. And maybe if I need deeper stretch, just bring the leg over ever so slightly. It's not much at all. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Releasing knee in toward the chest and releasing the leg back down. So have your feet hip distance apart, hands alongside by the hips. Draw the stomach in, squeeze the buttocks and lift the tailbone off the floor slightly and releasing back down. So mobilizing through the spine, draw the stomach in, squeeze the buttocks, lifting slightly and releasing. So if you've got uncontrolled high blood pressure, any heart issues, stick with that, please. Otherwise, I want you to lift up high. So if you've got osteoporosis, draw the stomach in, lift your hips high whilst keeping the back straight, and then lowering down whilst keeping the back straight. Or osteopenia. Otherwise, draw the stomach in, squeeze the buttocks, peeling off the lower back, middle back, and all the way to the upper back. If you can, doesn't have to come this way. That creates a lengthen through the top of the legs. Don't lift your hips too high, so your shoulders, your hips, your knees should be in alignment with one another. And then lowering back down, either vertebrae by vertebrae or alone with a straight back. So squeezing the buttocks, lifting up the lower back, the middle back, all the way up to the upper back. Squeeze the buttocks, lift and lengthen, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. As well as lengthening through these muscles, we're also strengthening through our leg muscles, the back of the legs, the buttocks, mobilizing through the spine. It can get so tight and restricted, and then lowering back down. So each time we lift up, as long as we haven't got osteoporosis, osteopenia, we're peeling off. We're trying to lift each part of the vertebrae, each part of the spine, one at a time. Imagine it's like a chain on the bike, each little chain lifting, slowly, 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 rising up, squeezing the buttocks. Breathing in and breathing out and lowering back down. Good, taking the weight into the left leg, right leg coming just above the left knee and allow the right knee to open out. Now, if you're getting a stretch in the right butt cheek, just stay there. If you need a little more, come up onto the tip of the toe, that might be enough, or maybe lifting the foot fully off the floor, bringing the knee in toward the chest, keeping the toes drawn back, allowing the knee to extend away from you, creating a stretch in that butt cheek. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And releasing, switching legs, left foot above the right knee, flex through the foot. That might be plenty. You might lift the heel off the floor or lifting the foot off the floor, knee in toward the chest. Keep this foot flexed, you're protecting through the knee. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in and away. And releasing down. Draw one knee in toward the chest and the other, hands to the shins or behind the backs of the legs, whichever is more comfortable for you. And gently rock from side to side, giving a little massage to the lower back. Good, and releasing. So well done, keep up the good work. I hope you enjoyed today's. Remember, always take it at your own pace, listen to your body, be kind and gentle. Well done. Let me know if you've got any questions. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.